Hi everyone, it's Stefe and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing a makeup trial for the BoxyCharm Glam Vibes Only September Face Box. So if you would like to see that, then go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, so first things first, I did use the Somerville Exfolikate this morning and my skin feels pretty good. It feels a little bit dry. Definitely needs some moisturizer, but that will be coming later because I want to do the eyes first. So I have primed my eyes, but this exfoliator does burn a little bit when you use it, so be careful you don't leave it on too long. As you can see, I do have some redness right now just from using it, so I definitely would use it maybe once a week only until your skin gets used to it. But let's get into the Hipdot palette now. So the colors that I am going to use are going to be Mystery, and then Majesty, and what is this? Angel's Landing. So I have swatched them. They are right here on my hand, and then I have the lip also swatched on my hand. So that's kind of like our color story. I know it doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense, but it'll make a lot more sense once you see it on the eye. So I'm just going to pull out my brushes that I need for this and see what we can do here. Okay, yes. So I'm going to use this brush. I don't know what brand this is from, but this is just a regular blending brush. And we're going to dip into Mystery. Now, I usually like to use for doing these videos my little compact mirror, but that has disappeared. So I'm going to be using the Hipdot mirror, which is a very high quality mirror. And it's a little bit dirty right now, but that's what I'm going to use throughout this video. The reason why I like the compact mirror is because we're going to just blend this right into the crease. The reason why I like that compact mirror is because it's a little bit small. Well, it's a lot smaller, so it's easier to hold when you're doing things like foundation and stuff like that. Let me zoom you guys in so you can see the eye. There. Okay. Now we can get to business. So I've just put this all over my lid. We'll do one eye at a time here, just so you guys can see it. So this is going to be my transition shade. My eye isn't going to end up this pinky because we're going to be using that purple. And pretty much almost all of this pink is going to be covered up. As you can see, it did blend out pretty beautifully all over the lid. I don't have anywhere where it really didn't stick, so definitely use a primer with these. And then next we're going to dip into Angel's Landing, which is that shimmer. The only way I've found I can put this on my eye is with my finger, because look at how much it picks up. I've tried glitter glue, I've tried spraying my brush. Nothing else seems to pick this up as bright as putting this on the eye with your finger. So that's what we're doing right now. And that looks about good. So as you can see, that's a little bit more orange. I'm going for like a sunset type look on the eye. And I think I might actually bring this. Nope, that's not what I want. I bring this down a little. Oh, wrong way. Sorry, guys. Okay, there. There. Now you can really see. So this is what we have so far. Now I'm going to take a bigger fluffy brush. This is from the same brand as this brush. What is this? MXQ. I bought these on eBay. I'm not really sure. They didn't like say what the brushes were, but this is like a bigger blending brush. And that is going to go on the outer portion of the eye right here. If you guys have watched me before, you'll know a lot of my eye looks pretty much look the same. I don't really change how I do my eyes. And then I'm just going to take my finger and kind of blend these together. This is a very simple, easy to do eye look, but I have played around with these shadows for a while, and this was the look that I came up with that I thought would just make a lot of sense. Now, what else do we have? Oh, I forgot. Since in this palette, the only real shimmer that is lighter that I could use is up top here. And this looks like it would be like a yellow, but it's more of an orange. So I'll swatch that for you and show you because it just doesn't make sense with this look. Swatch it up here. Okay, you see how it has that orange undertone? That's not really going to make sense with this look, even though it is a more sunset-y type of vibe. So what I'm going to do is, hello, can we find it? I'm going to use the Shared Planet Tiger palette, and I am going to dip into Paw Print, which is this color right here, which I'm not sure if you can tell. It has more of like a reddish pink undertone to it, which is what I'm going for. And I'm just going to lightly brush that on because this is very pigmented and very glittery. You don't want something to overpower the rest of your eye look. But this topper is for the brow bone is just so pretty. And it kind of makes like a gradient look for the rest of the eye. So that's one eye on camera. I'm going to do the other eye off camera, and then I want to show you the fallout that I'm getting from this because there is some, but it's very hard to see on camera, but I do want to show you that. So I'm going to go ahead, do the other eye, and then I will show you what that looks like. Okay, so eyes are done and they look beautiful, but now I want to show you the fallout. So just so you know, I do have already some stuff on this wipe, so we're going to use this side. And I'm going to use this top portion of the wipe so you can see the difference. But now I just want to sweep away all of that extra. And I'm just going to drag that out this way. Also with the Shared Planet palette, that shimmer that I use for the brow bone will leave a little bit of fallout also, which is hard to see on camera, but it's there. So if we look right here, there is a little bit of fallout. It's not much, but it is there. So I just want to let you know. Also, the colors do kick up in the pan a lot, just so you guys are aware. I'm also going to clean this mirror a little bit because it just seems to be dirty from all the kick up in the pan, and I kind of need it clean to do the rest of this video. Alright, so let me see. What do we have next? Next is that sponge. That's right. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put my moisturizer on because I need it with that Exfolikate. This did dry out my skin, so I'm going to put my moisturizer on, let that soak into the skin, and then I'll come back when it's time to use our little $1 billion beauty sponge. I am very skeptical about this, but I guess I can zoom you guys out a little bit, maybe a little bit more. There. Okay, so I will be back when it's time to put on our foundation and concealer, and we will see how that looks. Okay, we are ready. So my skin is primed and has been moisturized. So this is what the sponge looks like after it has been soaked in water. Again, it still feels a little bit less compact than the Real Technique sponge. It is a little bit bigger, but we'll see how this works. Doesn't smell like anything. If you guys want to know what I'm using for like face products or bronzer or anything like that, I will leave it in the description box for you so you can see that. This is going to be hard to do with a palette as my mirror, but I am going to try. This foundation is also very liquidy, so that is a challenge. Because I'm trying to keep this on camera and keep the foundation from running all over my face. So let's see how we do. Usually I get a little bit more coverage than this, So the sponge is soaking up quite a bit, but we'll see how this goes once we're done. It might leave me with a really nice finish, and I might actually like this sponge. I just like my sponges to be a little bit more dense because I feel like it doesn't soak up as much product then. But I don't really understand what is so special about this sponge. And usually when I do my foundation, I can do like my Cupid's bow on my chin without having to grab more product. I want to see if that is the case here, or if I will have to grab more. So I'm going to do this real quick, and then I'm going to take a look. Yeah, I'm going to need a little bit more product. It looks like this sponge is a little bit more absorbent than the Real Technique sponges that I usually use. So far, I mean, it's putting the makeup on. I'm just almost out already, and I still haven't did my forehead yet, so I'm just a little bit concerned that this is soaking up way too much product. And that is something I wouldn't expect from a higher end sponge. So I'm not really sure what's going on here. Also, I can usually blend up this area right here, and I'm not able to do that. So that's a concern. I mean, I think this sponge might do better with concealer because concealer is a little bit thicker. So I guess we'll have to see. This is all I have for my forehead though, so we'll see how this goes. Might just be a less full coverage day for me. And I did use 3 pumps of my foundation, so that's how much I usually use, is 3 pumps. And I'm able to get the whole face without any issues. But as I'm looking, yeah, there's a lot of product soaked up in here. So you can still see my natural skin underneath. I'm going to leave it as is. Let me see if I can blend out my neck. Probably not. Usually I can. Just because I wear SPF foundation, so sometimes my foundation doesn't match my skin and is a little bit darker than my skin color. But okay, so that's foundation. I'm going to show you with the light off. So as you can see, it's a very light coverage right now because of this sponge. So I guess if you have a heavier coverage foundation but you don't want it to be that heavy, this sponge would work out good for you, I guess, if that's what you want. But that's not what I want, so I'm not very happy with that. So next is concealer. And I don't have a yellow colored concealer this time. I have a different one, which I will link in the description box if you guys want to see that. Hopefully this will help us get a little bit more coverage in the middle of the face, because the areas that are usually covered up really aren't. And that just has me a little bit concerned. I know when I do my concealer, usually I do a couple dots, but with this doe foot, it's almost impossible to do that without the dots looking really small. So I just choose to do it this way. All concealers are different, so it really just depends on what you want to do. I mean, yeah, I think I was right about using this sponge for concealer. It seems to be still picking up the product and moving it around, but it's not like taking the product away. And maybe that's because this foundation is more liquidy. It could be also the sponge has all the product from the foundation in it and it's not absorbing anymore. I'm not sure. But hopefully we can just bring a little bit more life to my face now, so this doesn't look so crazy. Try to cover up these pimples right here because they're still there. Alright, so this is actually looking pretty good for concealer. So, hello? As you can see, the areas I put the concealer on, there is a little bit more coverage. So this is just going to look very different today because it's not exactly what I would expect to have for full coverage concealer and not full coverage everything else. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Also, this sponge is a little bit heavy. And I did wring it out, so I'm not really sure. I mean, I guess it would be good for concealer, so there's that. But anyway, I'm going to set my face, do my eyebrows, things like that. I will come back to you when it's time to do our mascara and our lip. Alright, so we are zoomed back in to do the mascara. So this is the Laura Geller New York. I don't know anything about this. I'm going to show you the wand again, just so you can see it. It's a very different wand. I'm not sure about this mascara, if it's going to be more dry, but we're going to find out. Some mascaras have like a horrible smell, and this is definitely one of them. Usually I use an eyelash primer. For this, I'm not, just because I want to see how this goes on. I know my eyeliner is a little bit thick, so it may be hard to see, but I'm going to try to get these front little lashes and see what we can do to get this to lift. Okay, it's lifting. I'm seeing a little bit of the eyelashes sticking together, but you can kind of see it is lifting. So let's do the other eye. Now, I didn't re-dip back in, but I'm thinking I might have to for this, because I feel like it's going to be one of those where you got to just re-dip every time you use it. Yeah, it's definitely drier. It's not really irritating my eyes, though, so that's a good thing, because some mascaras do irritate my eyes, and that I don't like. Somehow I managed to get some on my lower lashes, and I didn't even try. I think maybe that's just the mascara formula. But you can see it didn't really lift my lashes that much. I mean, it did lift them, but not too much. So, okay, it's a mascara. I think it's an okay mascara, but it's not like my favorite. I mean, when I do run out of mascara, I will use this. I can zoom you guys back out now. It's just not something I would use as a favorite. So it works, I guess. I don't know what else to say. Now it's time for our Hank and Henry lip. I do actually have a lip liner here, and this one is from Beauty Vault. The problem I've found with these lip liners is because, I'm not sure if you can see this, but because it has this like gel tip and then it has the sharpenable part, the sharpenable part is really hard to do. And I have tried everything to make that easier, and that just doesn't get easier. So I'm not sure what to do about that. But I haven't used this red one yet. I used the brown one as much as I could. And as I was sharpening it, it would give me a real harsh line. And I didn't really like that. But when you first get these, they are very creamy. And that is nice. I just don't think they're good once you get past that point. And I have one part of my Cupid's bow that's uneven. I'll try to fix that. Okay. My lip looks a little bit wonky today, but we're going to work with it. I wasn't sure if red was going to be a good color combo for this, but it looks like it's actually going to be fine. So now we're going to take our Hank and Henry lip. Boom. I love this. This is so cute. I really was hoping this would be an all over shimmery lipstick, but if you are looking for those, they do have them at Walmart. I forget what brand they are, but they are called the Glitterazzi lipstick duos, where it does have a lipstick, a bullet lipstick on one side like this that is all shimmery, including the inside of it, and then the other side is like a topper. So if you're looking for that, if this is what you got and that's what you were looking for, I just saw it at Walmart yesterday. And that was, what day are we today? Today is September 27th. So if you're looking for it, that's when it was there. They usually keep their stock for a couple of months, so you should be able to find it. All right. Very beautiful, just a true red. Now, mind you, this lip color will stain. So if you're looking for a lip that you can wear like a lighter neutral or nude color the next day, you don't want to use this then, because it will stain. It has stained the swatch on my hand. I'm sure it's going to stain this swatch on my hand. But yeah, there are no glitter particles in there, sadly. So the last thing to do is to spritz and set, and then we will be done and I will talk more about everything. This is my favorite setting spray, although it is pricey. The Glow Recipe one, it's pretty good. So I'm not sure if I should put this in BoxyCharm favorites or not. You guys let me know if you want to see that. I don't know. I will keep the bottle anyways, just in case. Alright, so that's going to be it for our makeup trial. Let's talk about everything that we used today. So first thing is the Hipdot palette. So I'm going to show you all the colors again, just so you can see what they look like. Here they are. The color story is very good. Lots of, neutrals in here, including this brown. Also, the shimmers are nice. The one thing I found about these shimmers, though, is that they are very hard to pick up unless you're using your finger, even with a glitter primer. So keep that in mind. The color, it's there, but it's more like a matte with a little bit of luminosity to it rather than a shimmer. Like when they swatch like a shimmer, but they don't really show up that way. I'm sure you can see on my eye right now, it just looks like another matte on my eye compared to the topper I use near my brow bone from the Shared Planet Tiger collection. You can see that that is a shimmer. So that is the difference there between two different shimmers from two different eyeshadow palettes, and they do swatch exactly the same. So until you get it on your eye, you're not really going to know. This is my first time using Hipdot. I believe the value for this palette is actually pretty expensive. Yeah, it's $30. I would not pay $30 for this, although the mattes do perform beautifully. I like shimmers, and this did not give me what I wanted for shimmers. The mirror in here is really good. The palette is huge. It does have a magnetic closure, so it's not going to pop open on you. I mean, I guess it just really depends on if this is your journey, your color story. If you end up really liking this, I guess go for it. But for me, it's just, like I already have the Jeffree Star Bloodlust palette, which is filled with purples. I have the Violet Voss Essentials 1 and 2 palette, which has the majority of the colors that are in here. I don't really need this palette. I don't see myself using it very much, but maybe I'll keep it, maybe I won't. I'm not sure. But I just feel like this is way too high of a ticket item for what you're getting. I'm not sure if I really like it that much. All right, so we already talked about the Kate Somerville. This is $85, which is also very expensive, but this bottle is 2 fluid ounces, but it's actually pretty big. So like if you're going to use this only weekly, and you really like Kate Somerville, I think that this is a good investment for you. Honestly, for me, I feel like I can get something cheaper from the drugstore or Walmart. So I'm not really going to say that I would buy this again. It's a nice product. I just don't like exfoliators that burn my skin, and this does that. So I'm not really, I do have a different one that doesn't do that. I like that one a lot more. Plus it smells a lot more pleasant. This smells like, what did I say, green tea and mint? And then it like leaves like an herbal, like earthy scent on your face afterwards before you put your makeup on. And I just don't like that smell. Really don't care for it. Okay, so next is the $1 Billion Beauty Charcoal Beauty Sponge. I don't understand this. The charcoal stuff. It didn't give me what I wanted for my foundation. For concealer, it did a very good job. So I will keep it around for a concealer sponge. I can finally get rid of this old sponge I've been keeping in here for God only knows what. So I will keep that for a backup concealer sponge, but it's not something I'm going to gravitate towards every day, and especially for $15 when you can get, I think, 2 Real Technique sponges for like $7. I don't feel like it's really worth it. So next is the mascara, the Laura Geller New York. I like how simple the packaging is. This is very grown-up packaging looking. I hate makeup that looks like kid makeup. I think that this is very sophisticated. It looks nice. I can't really say it did much for my lashes. Mascara is on. You can see my lashes here. But as you can see, it didn't really lift them, which doesn't make a lot of sense because it just, you can see where my lashes have fallen. So I'm not really sure what this mascara is supposed to do. Lengthening and curling, it didn't really give me that. I mean, I'll use it, but it's not something where I'm going to replace my mascara I have right now with this, because it just didn't do what it said it was going to do. It did kind of lengthen my lashes, but it didn't curl them. You can clearly see that from where my eyeliner is to where my lashes are. So I just don't really think this is worth $24. That's just my opinion. Then last we have the Hank & Henry lipstick, which is very beautiful. I don't usually use a lot of reds anymore, but for holidays or black tie events or anything like that, this would be perfect. I love the packaging on this. I already do have a red lipstick that I actually like a little bit better than this because it does actually dry and leave like a pillowy finish. This one, it just stays like, and I can show you again on my hand. It's not transfer proof at all. So I wanted to point that out because if you guys didn't watch my unboxing, you're not going to know that. But also, I'm going to remove the swatch from my hand and show you how it stains. Just in case you are one of those girls that likes, you know, to try different lip colors every day. I'm just giving you a warning. This is going to stain your lips. So here is my swatch. And as you can see, it's still right there on my wrist. So just a forewarning with that. But I do wear a lot of brown neutral lipsticks that are like dark, dark chocolate. The one that I have right here that's my go-to is Cutting Edge Cork in 981 by L'Oreal. And as you can see, that is it's a very dark lipstick. So I'm not worried about the staining of my lips today because it's going to get covered up tomorrow with that. That lipstick is $18, a little bit more on the pricey side, but if you are going to be bougie and you want something that looks really pretty, I think this is great. This would also be a great gift for someone because the lipstick does work. I mean, no lipstick is perfect, but this is just not... I'm sorry, my light just fell. This is just not transfer proof, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. So, you know, just be mindful of that. Let me see if I can finish out this video without my light falling down. I have a problem with my pop socket on my phone where it doesn't like to stay. So let's finish out this video. All right, so overall value of the box is $172. Our highest ticket item was the Kate Somerville Exfolikate. This will last me a long time. What do I think of the box overall? Always love an eyeshadow palette. Always love new eyeshadow palettes to play with, so I appreciate that. I was looking for a new exfoliator anyway, so this was a great choice item to get. I do enjoy the packaging on this. It is cute. It's always good to have an extra red lipstick in case you want to take one with you, but you don't want to leave your favorite. You want to leave your favorite one at home. Aside from that, I didn't really like the mascara or the sponge. I'm on the fence about the palette. The lipstick is good, and the Exfolikate is good. So I'm going to give the box a 3 just because there were some things in here that I did want, even though they didn't perform the way that I wanted them to. I'm going to give the box a 3. I'm not sure what I gave the box before, but that's where we're at right now. Okay, again, theme of the month is Glam Vibes Only, and I have variation number 48. So that's going to be it. That's the end of the video. If you guys liked it, leave it a like. If you're new, please subscribe for more makeup content, and I will see you guys in my next video.